Hello everyone, my name is Yonela. I'm a homeschooling mama of 3 kiddos. One is in grade 5, grade 2 and pre-K. In today's video, as you can see by the title of the video, is about maths curriculum that I'm using for my 2nd grade kid. The one I've mentioned in the previous video about her dyslexia challenges. So in this video, I just want to share with you the material that I'm currently using, which is assisting her in achieving maths. And I'm also going to share with you the resources that I also incorporate with her maths so that we avoid the cries and the tears while we're doing our maths. Alright, first I'm going to share with you the first curriculum that I've used, and I've switched to another curriculum. Yes, those are the joys of being a homeschool mom. You are able to change from a different school to another school without having to apply, having to make some connection. Motivate why do you want to put your school in a certain school during the course of the year. In homeschooling, if you feel like your child is not comfortable or you're not quite happy about the curriculum, we are able to change and find what is suitable for your own child. Guys, let me put a disclaimer out there. I don't think that there is anything wrong with the previous curriculum. It's just that it was not a good fit for my daughter. There were a lot of tears. It was taking so much time, almost an hour to 2, for us to finish just one lesson. So my daughter was really not looking forward to do math, and I decided to change it. So I'll share the benefits and the reason that I've changed and what I'm benefiting on this one. So I will switch the camera and kind of show you the differences between these two curriculum that I've used. So for now, just grab yourself a cup of coffee and enjoy. Here we have our first curriculum for math that we've used from The Good and the Beautiful. This curriculum uses spiral method, meaning it introduces math to the kids in a specific order, with each new concept building on the last one. In the spiral method, children move to the next concept even if they don't understand fully the previous concept, because the concept will be presented as a review in future lessons. When you open it, you will find the table of contents, which will explain what the course entails. So here it explains that once the child completes this course, they will be able to understand number recognition, number sense operation, patterns, algebra, a bit of geometry, fractions, measuring, volumes, time, and money. When you purchase this curriculum, you are obliged to also buy their maths activity books, otherwise you cannot function without it. It is a living maths with that Charlotte Mason approach, so each and every method in it has a story behind. On lesson 1, for example, we have a beautiful story by Asha. My child enjoyed that story. It's a boy, little boy, that has a business of selling newspapers. So in these stories you will learn about geometry, measurements, the direction, based on the story of this boy. Each lesson is grouped into 4 sections, and each lesson directs the parents when to move from one section to another. The first will be daily dose, which a child will spend about 10 minutes. Then instructions, where parents spend about 15 to 20 minutes. Student worksheet, where a child could spend about 10 minutes. And lastly, the bonus activity, which varies. So all that takes 40 minutes. And then with the bonus, you can take up to an hour. The daily dose section of the lesson include concept and review items that are best learned through daily repetition. So this section is mostly done independently by the child. The illustrations are beautiful, the book is colorful, and my daughter enjoys that because she loves reading through pictures. What I also loved about their curriculum is that it is Christian based, but it is not specific to any Christian denomination. So you'll find good teachings generally about moral characters such as honesty, hard work, and kindness. So you'll find scriptures while you are going through the curriculum, which I also loved because we are a Christian family. It is so fun and engaging. There are a lot of games which we enjoyed, and they also contributed in taking so much time, because sometimes my daughter would not want us to stop. She would want us to keep playing games over and over again, which was time consuming, and it was hard moving on to other subjects. The lessons were too long, honestly, and it was too wordy, especially for a child who has got challenges with processing information. You have to repeat and making sure that she understands. So by the time she has to start with her worksheet, she is already tired, and other kids would even go out and play, leaving her behind. And at that time, it was difficult to get her attention. Another challenge is that the company is from the United States. So when it comes to money, we had challenges because we had to learn about their currencies: pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, the dollars. And it's not the currency that we're using in South Africa. So we used to skip those lessons about money. And also when it comes to measurements, the volumes, they would use ounces, pins, quarts, and gallons. That's not our language. And also when they're measuring length, they will use inches, feet, and yards, and we also used into millimeters, centimeters, and meters. So we had a bit of a challenge in those lessons as well. Other than that, the overall of the lessons were really good, fun, and engaging. We are still using the manipulatives to play games. So yeah. We have switched it to Meth Mammoth, which is rated as one of the best homeschool math curriculum, more like a Singapore maths, written by Maria Miller. Oh, and yes, it has South African version. So when you are learning through this curriculum, you are able to relate. For example, the names, they will use our usual names like Pumla, Jali. So yeah, it's exciting to learn about the people that you are used to. And it covers the same things that it covers even in the previous curriculum. We're going to learn about numbers up to 3 digits. We're going to learn about measuring, and the nice thing about this one, when it comes to measuring, it uses all metrics, and the spelling is in British English, because in South Africa we use British English and not American English. And as well, the geographic location, it emphasizes more on South African location, which is Pretoria and your Joburgs. And again, in money, we use our own rand and not the dollars. And yeah, it's basically an overview of the lesson. This curriculum comprises of 2 parts, part A and part P, just like the first curriculum. So we've already done part 1 on the previous one, so I decided to purchase part B on this current one. The reason is I've checked part A and I did my comparison, and I also find out that more of the things we've already covered. It also have a pacing which guides you on how long you can spend on this curriculum. For example, it will say for part P we have 149 pages. So if we are schooling for 103 school days, it has got tests, and we can use approximately 1.5 page to complete, of which with my daughter we are using 2 pages a day. So in the table of contents, we're starting on chapter 6. We're gonna learn to add up to 3 digits, compare numbers, add and subtraction, whole hundreds, practice whole hundreds, and then we're gonna go to measurements. We're gonna go to add and subtraction, and we're also gonna cover money, which I bought these from takealot.com. And at a later stage, we will be introduced into multiplication. In the beginning of each chapter, they put on free online resources to supplement. These are really helpful. These are games my child can play. As I've mentioned before, that we only do 2 pages. This is really exciting my child as compared to the previous curriculum where we're doing approximately about 5 to 6 pages, and my child will really stress up. She will keep turning the page to see how much work is left before she finishes for the day. So with this one, I just pull out 1 page, which is double-sided, and that's her work for the day. Straight to the point. I really love the work that Maria Miller has put into this program. It has really exceeded my expectation. The concepts are presented in a variety of ways, leading to accessibility of all types of learners. The pages are colorful. Each work text promotes engagement with appealing puzzles. Concepts are broken down into manageable chunks and presented with many opportunities for practice. With the inclusion of websites and additional practice and fun games for extended application of skills, honestly, maths has become our favorite activity. So as you can see that they are using blocks, I brought along the manipulatives from Matthew C, which I've been using from my older son. So they came in quite handy, and I'm using it a lot when my daughter is not grasping the concept. It further clarifies everything. I also use the tape measure when we're doing measurements, and also the money that I bought from takealot.com. This dice I got it from the previous curriculum, but I'm still using it just to play games with my daughter. The first 2 numbers we will add for extra practices. And also the normal cards, when you play these, they help a lot in improving mental skills for the child. So we also play these and adding up, maybe making 10s or play Crazy 8. So yeah. And also these chips, they're from another game, but I'm still using it. I got this thing in Chinatown. Yeah, I just prefer to use a lot of manipulatives for a child with dyslexia, It helps a lot. These ones were from The Good and the Beautiful. We are still using those because she loves playing games. It is really fun, colorful. Here she was taking measurements of all of us in the house, and she was so excited about it, and she also took our weight. I love the self-teaching nature of this curriculum, as I find it very important for my daughter to dig out information for herself. So I don't spend much time teaching the child. I can be able to help other kids while my daughter is helping herself. And I also love the focus on word problem right from the beginning. It is easy for it to follow. It doesn't have too many words. This curriculum is really good and useful for many students. Students who are gifted in maths, students who do not do well in Western teaching methodologies, for visual learners, students with ADHD, students who need intervention. This program works the best. And also for the parents, those parents who want legal preparation and legal to moderate instruction, divergent thinkers, this is the curriculum to use. It is sold as printable or printed workbooks, and it is really affordable. For a book, I paid 350 Rand for an PDF. So meaning if I were to purchase 2 books, I will be paying 700 Rand for the whole year for this amazing curriculum, which is rated amongst the top 10 in the world. This curriculum is a mastery-based curriculum, meaning students should have completed comprehension of a concept before moving to the next. In other words, you master one concept before moving forward. For example, if you are using a mastery approach for a grade 1, we know that you are in addition. Grade 2, you are in addition and subtraction. You should master those. Grade 3, then you start multiplication. Grade 4, it will be your division, and so on up until your algebra, and up until to grade 12. But what I love about this one, as much as it is a mastery, it also adds a bit of other things like your money, time, measurements, so it has a bit of a spiral in it. For extra practices, I have created this morning binder for my daughter. Basically, here she grabs this in the morning and practices the things that I feel we need to put emphasis on. It's more like that portion of a daily dose, if you still remember in the previous curriculum. So here we have our memory verse for each month, and then our weekly timetable. So here basically I will put a number, maybe 146, and then she will tell me if it's an odd or even number, and then write the tally mark. 1 more, 1 less, 10 more, 10 less. And I also printed this thing from Twinkle, which helps her to recognize that when I say 1 more, it means 1 more is on the right or 1 less on the left, 10 more at the bottom and 10 less at the top. So for a visual learner, this is really helping her to recognize and to remember these things. Here she practices date, so she will just circle the day, circle the month which we are in, and then circle the year. Here is to kindly remind her daily of the numbers that makes up 10. So up until she masters these, maths is gonna become easy for her. Of course, once she masters it, I will change it. This is another practice where she learns adding simple math facts, like you're adding 1, the numbers that makes 10s, the doubles, and the doubles plus 1. So just 4 practices. I printed this from YouTube in one of the homeschool mommy. Her name is JDA. She has got quite interesting printables resources for homeschoolers. This is another practice which she do. I always put time on this one, and she likes the challenge. And then this puzzle, she makes up numbers that makes 10. For example, there's a 9 and a 1. She will circle 9 and a 1, 6 and a 4, the 7 and a 3. So she has to find 11, and then again I will wipe this one out. Once she gets used to it, I will change it. This is a reminder for her to get used of the compass. And I also have the poem which I took from The Good and the Beautiful Language Art, which she practices in the morning, not every day. Then I have these 2D shapes and 3D shapes. And then she also practiced telling the time. Of course, she will draw the lines. And then on the next page, she will finish up the missing hour. These are the phonics rules and the grammar spelling rules, just to keep reminding herself. And this is the multiplication table, which we haven't used yet. And then basically the drawings, which she normally does when we are doing history or Bible study, so that they don't interrupt. Now we have come to the end of the video. I hope guys you've enjoyed my video. If you have enjoyed, please put a thumbs up, like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that the next time I'm putting up a new video, you'll be the first one to know. There's more coming. So for now, bye.